Hello dear students, today we are going to discuss about the chapter Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. The clothes which we wear are made of fabrics. Fabrics are made from fibers which are obtained from either natural or artificial sources. So, fibers are of two types, natural fiber and synthetic fiber. In this chapter, we will be discussing about synthetic fiber. So, what are synthetic fibers? A synthetic fiber is a chain of small chemical units which are joined together. Each small unit is called a monomer, and when these monomers join together, they form the polymer. This process of combining small monomers to form a large polymer is known as polymerization. Now come to the types of synthetic fibers. Number one is rayon. Rayon is prepared from cellulose. Although rayon is obtained from a natural source, that is wood pulp, yet it is a man-made fiber because it needs extensive chemical treatment to form rayon. It is also known as artificial silk. These are some of the properties of rayon. Rayon is lustrous, it means it gives shiny appearance. It can easily be dyed and woven into cloth. It is a good absorbent of sweat and it drapes well. Their uses are in suits, jackets, scarves, ties, home furnishing and bandages. Second one is nylon. Nylon is first true synthetic fiber. It is strong, elastic and light. It is prepared from coal, water and air. Properties of nylon are it can be molded into fibers, sheets, rods and tubes. It resists oil, grease, moth, fungus and other pests. It dries quickly. Nylon is having the high tensile strength. Tensile strength here means the amount of load or stress that can be handled by a material before it stretches or breaks down. Nylon is the toughest elastic material and it is lustrous and easy to wash. These are some of the uses of nylon. Nylon is used in making socks, stockings, tents, umbrellas, parachutes, toothbrush bristles, fishing nets, climbing ropes, strings of badminton and tennis rackets. Next is polyester. Polyester is actually made up of repeating units of a chemical called an ester. Esters are the chemicals which give fruits their smell. Polyester is a group of different synthetic fibers. Polyesters come under the brand names of Terylene, Dacron, Terene, etc. These are some of the properties of polyester. Polyester is strong, light in weight, and it is having the good elasticity. It is dried easily, it is resistant to pests and chemicals, and it resists wrinkling. Uses of polyester are, it is used in lightweight sails. Polyester films are used for making magnetic recording tapes in audio cassettes, video cassettes, and floppy disks. It is used in conveyor belts and making of fabrics like shirt and skirt. The next one is acrylic. Acrylic fibers are also known as Orlon and acrylon, which closely resembles the wool. Properties are, it is warm, soft, light and flexible. It is resistant to moth and chemicals. Its uses are in sweaters, socks, shawls, carpets and blankets. Next topic is blending fibers. As the name suggests, these are made by mixing two types of fibers. For example, terylene and cotton blend together and they form terrycoat, which is used for making dress materials. Likewise, terylene and wool blend is known as terry wool, which is used as a substitute for costly woolen clothes. Polyester and cotton blend is more grease resistant. Acrylic and wool blend trousers are less expensive. Advantages of synthetic fibers are, synthetic fibers are strong so they can take up heavy things. Synthetic fibers retain their original shape so it's easy to wash and wear. They are elastic and can be easily stretched out. They are generally soft so they are used in clothing material. Vivid colors are available in synthetic fibers because it can easily be dried. Cloths made by synthetic fibers are generally cheaper than those made by natural fibers. Disadvantages of synthetic fibers are, it do not absorb the moisture. Synthetic fibers do not absorb sweat and they trap heat in our body. It is dangerous to wear near them fire as they catch fire very easily. They cannot be easily ironed as they melt very easily. Now, the next topic is plastics. Plastic is also a polymer like the synthetic fiber. All plastic do not have the same type of arrangement of units. In some, it is linear, in some, it is branched, and whereas in others, it is cross-linked. Plastics are of two types, thermoplastics and thermosetting plastic. In case of thermoplastic, the arrangement of monomeric unit is either linear or lightly cross-linked, whereas in case of thermosetting plastics, it is heavily cross-linked. Thermoplastics can be melted by heating and thereafter molded into desired shape. Hence, this process is reversible, whereas in thermosetting plastics, they cannot be remolded after reheating. Examples of thermoplastics are PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, and LDPE, low density polyethylene, whereas examples of thermosetting plastics are melamine and bakelite. This image shows the monomeric units. When they join together, they form the polymer, and this process is known as polymerization. There are two types of plastic. The thermoplastic, here we can see there is no link between the polymer chain and helps movement. Whereas in case of thermosetting plastic, there is a link between the polymer chain and it stops movement between them. Now come to some of the general properties of plastic. The thermal conductivity of plastic is low, that is they are poor conductor of heat. Electrical conductivity is again low and they are poor conductor of electricity. Plastics are insoluble in water, they are inflammable and they are non-corrosive in nature. The last topic is plastics and environment. Plastics are non-biodegradable. Here, non-biodegradable means a material which is not easily decomposed by natural processes. So, plastics are non-biodegradable. They accumulated on the land and they create soil or land pollution. Burning of these plastics release toxic gases and they are responsible for air pollution. They are dumped in the water bodies and they create water pollution. They are also responsible for various diseases. Now, the major question is, what can be done? As a responsible citizen, we should adopt the practice of 5R, that is, reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and refuse. We should not throw plastic bags in the water bodies or on the road. We should take a cotton carry bag or jute bag while going for shopping. We should try to minimize the use of plastic materials. We can use the 2-bin approach, that is, the green bin for the biodegradable waste and blue bins for the non-biodegradable waste. Thank you and have a nice day.